Okay, let's get started with worksheet 42. Should be a pretty quick one. So more fourth and fifth declension noun practice. A little bit more participle stuff mixed in as well. So this one is just to keep us honest here with these endings. So this is kind of the quiz or test style where you're not doing the full chart, you're just doing the form that's been asked down here. So we're thinking dative plural this whole time. Starting with the noun, manus manus, that's one of our new fourth declension nouns. So dative plural, remember dative plurals are always is and ibus. That's what we're thinking. So for this noun, it's going to be manibus, okay, fourth declension. Polished, to think about what kind of participle that is. I've got the verb polish, so to make polished, it's going to be the perfect passive, the fourth principal part. So levatus, but I got to make it agree with manibus, so that's going to be lewa. Ooh, I forgot to turn my long marks on. Gosh, rusty at this. Manibus levatis. Okay, is because that fourth principal part uses first and second declension. Us aon. Huge horns, so we're going nominative plural this time. So cornu is one of those rare fourth declension neuters. Anything neuter plural is going to have that a. So cornua for the nominative plural on that. And then ingains, nominative plural, is going to be ingentia. We add that extra I in there because it's an I stem. Okay, cornua ingentia, our old third declension adjectives. Genitive plural, so lacus, lacus, fourth declension. Genitive plural, we're thinking arum, we're thinking arum, we're thinking aurum. For fourth declension, it is uum for genitive plural. And then gleaming, I need to take that verb gleam and turn it into gleaming. So fulgens, fulgentis, that's present active. Fulgentium to make it genitive plural. Fulgentium. Accusative plural for number 4, so race, fifth declension. Anything accusative plural, we're thinking as, os, ace, us. So for this noun, we're going to have race. And then burnt, that's the perfect passive. So we go to ardeo, we use arsus. We need to make it accusative and plural. Plus, we need to make it feminine to agree with race. So put all that together, and we get arsas. Genitive singular for number 5 here. So senatus, senatus. Genitive singular is always part of the dictionary entry, so nothing to think about there. Senatus for fourth declension. And then the Senate being masculine, when I describe it with Romanus, I make that genitive, and I get Romani. Romani. Senatus Romani, the Roman Senate. Halfway there. Any questions in the chat, just let me know. Moving on to number 6, lost hope, ablative singular. Ablative singular is always just a vowel by itself. O, a, a, right? Whatever declension it happens to be. For fifth declension with space, it's going to be the E. So, spay. And then for lost, another perfect passive. So we're going to go to amisus. I need to make it ablative and singular and feminine to agree with hope. So that gives me amisa. Spay amisa. I told you guys in class today that 7, 8, and 9 involve these words hic and illa and iste, what we call demonstratives. We haven't had a chance to talk about them yet in class, so you might notice that there are some funky endings here, but just kind of go with me on this. The one thing about these demonstratives, they usually go first. So I've been doing the noun first and then the adjective. I'm going to go with these guys first. So hic, hic, hoc in the accusative singular, it's actually hunk, right? So it doesn't have the M, it has the N in it for the ending. So we've got hunk And then portus, accusative singular. Portus, portus, fourth declension, portum. It's a pretty standard accusative ending. So hunc portum. Those armies, okay, ablative plural. The nice thing about these demonstratives, hic and illa and iste, they're actually pretty normal in the plural. You don't really see anything crazy in the plural. It's the singular forms that are kind of funky. So ablative plural, we're thinking is and ibus. So for ille, we're just going to get illis. So it's going to be pretty much exactly what you would expect it to be. And then for exercitus, ablative plural, again, we're always thinking is ibus. So exercitibus for the noun. Sorry if my voice is a little low. After a couple of days of softball, I'm still getting used to it. So my apologies if I seem a little low energy. That animal, so nominative singular. Nice thing about nominative singular, it's given to you. You've got iste, ista, istud. Since animal is neuter, we're going to use this third one here, istud. And the nominative singular of animal is animal. So, there we go. Istud animal, that animal. I think on the PDF version, there's like a frowny face next to iste. That's because this word has a connotation to it. So ille just means that one over there, just neutral. Hey, look at that kid over there. Iste always carries a negative meaning to it. So it's the difference in English between saying, oh, that kid, and oh, that kid. And it's hard to express it other than your tone or your facial expression. But those are the meanings of those two. So ille is neutral, that one. Iste is that one. Kind of a smirk, mean look on your face. And last one in this section, genu. So we've got a fourth declension neuter here. You know it, Maddie. My knee, dative singular. So genu, genus. That fourth neuter pattern is just funky. Pretty much everything is genu except for the genitive. And then my knee is neuter, so meo. Genu meo. I don't know. What's the term for it? It's not a smirk, it's a... I don't know. However you want to describe it. Maddie, what do we think? Is it going to be an all-English final for Champions League? All right, a couple participle charts, and then we'll do one verb synopsis. We'll call it a day. Nice quick one today. Sepelio, sepelire, to bury. I didn't give you guys a case on a scowl. Thank you. I knew it was in the S cat. I'm like, smirks. Like, I just couldn't get it out. Oh, thank you. You could tell my brain is completely fried. Sepelio, sepelire, to bury, masculine plural. So let's just keep it nominative. We'll keep it simple. Sepelientes. Those are people who are burying something. For perfect passive, we go to the fourth principal part, sepultus. We're going to make it masculine plural. Sepulti. Those are masculine plural things that have been buried. For future, we've got sepulturi. People who are about to bury something. Karina, you still working these crazy shifts? And then last one here, sepeliendi. That's those are things that must be buried. So again, same stem, sepelientes for the first one, sepeliendi for the last one. Look at you, Jenny. One tiny thing, Jenny. and that is for the first one, abolentia. Right? We have to have the I and the A. Only for that one, though. The other ones, we want to just put the A at the end. So abolentia is destroying. Aboleo, abolere, so abolentia. Over here we've got abolita. Right? 4 a.m. this morning, I'm going back 8 p.m. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Karina, I don't know how you're doing it. Abolita. These are things that have been destroyed. Yeah, it looks like they kind of imploded in the second half there, Maddie. Abolita. Abolitura. Those are things that are about to destroy something. And then we go back to the original stem. Abolentia, we get abolenda. Things that must be destroyed. Just double check those. So abolentia, destroying. Abolita, destroyed. Abolitura, about to destroy. Abolenda, must be destroyed. Looks good. All right, and the verb synopsis, to cap it off, we've got this verb sankyo, sankire, to make sacred. I like this verb because it kind of shows what happens a lot of times with these fourth principal parts. Sanctus literally means something that's been made sacred. How would you describe something that has been made sacred? It's sacred, right? It's holy. And so that's what the adjective sanctus means. Sanctus is something that is made holy. Like if you take an object and you bless it, it is now sanctus. Versus sacer is something that's just inherently divine or holy. That's the slight difference between those two. I know you guys learned both of those words. Yep. So we're going third singular and feminine for these. So fourth conjugation verb. So sankit and sankitor. We get an extra long mark there in the passive. Don't worry too much about that. For imperfect, because it's fourth conjugation, we're going to get the I and the E. Sankiebat and sankiebator. And for the future, we cannot use bo-be-boo, so we just use the I and the E. Sankiet and sankietor. Extra long marks in the passive just for pronunciation. Perfect active, we go to the third principal part. So that's sanksi. So we're going to get sanksit, sankserat, and sankserit. So using that same stem the whole time. And then singular feminine, so sanctus for perfect passive becomes sancta est, sancta erat, and sancta erit. I'm hoping that a lot of you were able to get some of this done in school. It's so weird now thinking that, I hope most people are watching these, but by all means, if you're in school in person and you've gone over the worksheets and you've checked it with your classmates, I don't know. I think you're good. Maybe you're not even listening to this. Imperatives would be sanki, so we just chop off the RE from the second principal part, sanki, and sankite to make it plural. I'm pretty pooped to respond. Oh, Jenny. Looks good. Sanki sankite. Just watch out, Jenny, for the sankienes, right? Don't lose that N in there. Sankienes for the participle. This one doesn't exist. This one doesn't exist. And this would, we don't have to put the English in here, but this would be, it's hard because it's somebody who's making some, I mean, if you think Sankyo meaning to bless something, that's a person who's blessing something. Sancta would be something that's been blessed, right? So you could just say blessed for sancta. Sanctura is someone who's about to bless something. And sancienda is something that must be blessed. I know it's weird when you think of the verb meaning to make something sacred. It kind of complicates things a little bit. So just think of it as to bless, right? So blessing, blessed, about to bless, must be blessed. And that'll make it a little bit easier. Now, the Google Doc version ends here. The PDF one, I forgot to take out the, there's an extra chart, so I'll just kind of recreate it here real quick. There's an extra chart on the PDF version that says infinitives, which we haven't really talked too much about, but for those of you who are doing the PDF version, you're good, Jenny, well done. The present active infinitive, as I said in class today, is sankira. The passive version of that is sankiri. So that's how you would say to bless and to be blessed. Most of the time you're just changing that very last letter. Third conjugation is getting a little funky, but that's pretty much it. Okay? Any questions before we take off, guys? Looks like it's going to be about a 16-minute video. I'm cool with that. All right. All right, guys. I will see some of you in class tomorrow. Zoom. Old folks going to work tonight. Everybody enjoy their evening. I'll see you guys soon.